think of that like, I won't say world peace, but more island peace. Have the island, have the like, not the discrimination, they, them, nanku, nos. No, it's just us. It's just us having the whole the discussion about Macamba, Curaçao. They get this, they get that. It's like, really?
Denise Marlo, you are now listening to the Drunken Monks podcast.
You're not going to get it from me this time. You're not going to get it from me this time. Usually when I have a guest, I get all excited. I get, wee! Mm-hmm. You're not going to get it from me this time. Today I'm serious.
Marlo, stop lying. You've been talking about getting this particular guest on the show for I don't know how long. We made you into some mythical being.
She's my unicorn, y'all. She's my unicorn. But hold on, let's back up a couple of steps. My name is Marlo Brown, y'all.
Denise Fiber.
We are
the Drunken Monks.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Get back to it. Yeah, we have a guest here in the building this evening. Liz van der Laar, prominent marketeer on the island. A bit of a known name. Well, she wouldn't tell you so, but those that try to get something done, you bump into her like every now and again. And as Denise said, I've been very interested on getting you on the show because you and I have been acquaintances for like a bit. Like we've had separate conversations, both social and non, in different circles and whatnot. But because of that and that alone is why I've been interested in that. But I won't want to cut out my partner as well because I'm pretty sure that even though the you two know each other, that there might be something to be discussed as well.
About us knowing each other or what?
Maybe life on Curaçao, man. There's a heat wave going on. Apparently Naked Tula is back in the conversation again. Yes. There's a lot to talk about, dude.
See, but let's start at the beginning. Welcome, Liz.
Welcome, thank you.
Now, salute.
Now we can cheers, right?
Yeah.
Yes, now we can cheers properly.
By the way, Annabay rum in the Annabay Locker.
Yes. Shout out to the sponsor for the season. If y'all can't tell by now, then you're blind. I'm sorry. But Annabay.
No more rum for you. We just started. What are you drinking, Marlo?
I am drinking white rum and ginger ale, which is a good pairing. I could kind of recommend it.
We're noticing it, right? Very cool concept. Yeah, it is. Very cool concept.
There you go. And what are you drinking? What are you?
Same for this drink, and after the break we'll see where we're headed. And Annabay has a new rum. Is it the reserve? Only the special edition.
Newish. It was the family reserve that they have. It will be this one, guys. This one. Let me, turn for the camera there, quick. But they got the family reserve that is a limited edition. 120 bottles were made. A certain amount have been sold so far, but they are going. And if anybody's interested, it's an overproof rum at 56% alcohol. 58. No, wait, I lie. 58. He just gave me the story. And like unlike other overproofs, it actually tastes good. So by Vorbeck,
unlike other overproofs, okay.
No, but if you've ever had like Bacardi 151, that's a hell of an overproof rum, but it's not really meant for drinking. It's meant for cooking. It's meant for other things. This is actually meant to be drank.
He knows his stuff, right?
Yeah, he did some research.
Dude, I got a shuck and drive. Yo, I got a shuck and drive for we got sponsors, man. I got bills to pay.
But
wait a minute, price. $220, 396 guilders. You can come and get it at the Rum Locker itself, and feel free. Shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Shall we get into
it?
Let's go. All right, Liz. Welcome, darling.
Thank you.
Welcome. But okay, for I mean, I know you, she knows you, but for our guests that might not know you, who is Liz van der Laar?
Ooh, difficult question. I hope I can answer it very easy. Curaçao. Serial chiller, as I have stated it on my Instagram. Born and raised on this beautiful island. Okay. Went abroad, came back, doing my thing.
Abroad being
Amsterdam, Holland. Yeah.
Okay.
And I did some research. You studied ICT in Utrecht.
Yeah.
Then you went to grafisch, master in design, en ik heb geen research gedaan.
You're close. No, I started indeed with ICT. After 3 years, I thought, niet echt mijn ding. Went to grafisch lyceum. Grafisch Media Institute, went to work. Eventually came here for a holiday, and I met an art director, and she said I went to the Junior Academy in Amsterdam. It's an academy for art direction, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's do that.
But what is art direction?
It's literally directing, but then not art. I mean everything's art, but gewoon giving style, giving concepts, an idea, coming up with a concept and a strategy around it. You can come up with it like in één keer, but you can also have be guided how to ontwikkel all of that. So I mean, what was this? Like we were just talking about our ages and stuff, like 20 years ago, maybe.
Shout out to juffrouw van de Laar, Linda van der Laar, 6A, op
My mom was her teacher and my teacher. We were talking about that, yeah.
Grade school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ja, de 6e klas.
Yeah.
Anyway, weet je bent onzeker dan, you don't know what you want to study, you're 17, 18, you're going abroad, what to do. Anyway, the one rolled into the other, and I got my degree and I went to work in Holland, and after, I think it was like 9 Christmas periods, I'm like, I'm out. I go back to my island. I need the warmth.
Interesting that you would count it by the Christmas period.
Oh, I was
9 Christmases that I either got to pay a shitload of money to get home for like a week and a half, or I got to be up here in like sleet and snow and whatnot and whatnot.
Yeah, I skipped 1 year of not coming back to Curaçao, and I
You regretted it?
Well, no, I was good to experience that, knowing what we have here, and really appreciate it. And nothing beats coming home.
So it's safe to say that your heart lies with the island.
My heart's always here. It's always here. But my head is always somewhere else. I mean, half there. And if I travel, I always say to my girlfriend, okay, I want to live here. Like we went to Medellin, okay, this is where I want to live. Or we went to New York. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do it here. Like she's like, you can never make up your mind. I always have that onrustig gevoel, because you always have that FOMO, or you think it's greener on the other side, but then reality kicks in. I'm like, oh no, we're good here. We're good here. So now, who am I? Yeah, I'm all around. I mean, my background is very diverse. My mom's from Curaçao, my dad's from Aruba, my grandfathers are from Holland, one grandmother's from Jamaica, one is from Aruba. It's all over.
There you go.
So, who am I? I'm just me.
There you go.
Yeah, the authentic me.
Okay.
And I think you forgot to talk about sports, because I follow you on the socials, and I think all I see is CrossFit gedoe.
Yeah, a lot of gedoe. CrossFit gedoe. Yeah. Now that's also a big part of who I am and who I've became. I mean, I was always into sports, always athletic. I mean, my parents still live close by to SDK.
Oh, yeah.
We were always, I was always outside. My sister was playing with the Barbies, and I was outside on the bike. That was the balance that we had, and it always stayed like that. Altijd sportief geweest. So I think about 8 years ago, I discovered CrossFit on the island and started and been doing it ever since. And so that's my 1 power hour in a day, that I can just really blast everything off and just go into it and do that.
And so you do that every day?
5 to 6 times a week.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a commitment.
That's a commitment, yeah.
And you've always been that.
Pretty much, yeah.
There you go. That's how I met her. That's the first time we ever. No, you didn't notice me, but I noticed you, because we used to go to the same box.
Marlo went twice.
You were there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was there for like about 4 months or whatever. Like I fell off, but at the same time there was all, like you're trying to get into a rhythm with the whole thing and whatnot, which with CrossFit, it does challenge you. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you look across the hall and then you see you and a couple of others just killing it, just shredding it, and making me a little self-conscious, but at the same time, like, oh, that's goals apparently.
Yeah, I can imagine it can be quite imitating, if you see that happening on the other end. But then again, it's you against you, and I think that's also how you can message that, become the better version of yourself, beat yourself from yesterday, have that there, and always go for the best, go for it.
And that's one thing that CrossFit really puts forward is the personal record, like what's your PR?
Yeah, I think that's interesting, because I tried a couple of CrossFit sessions, maar ik heb mijn eigen issues. It's a sect. Nee, daar gaan we het zo over hebben. Maar no, but
oh shit, we started already. There's no honeymoon period here, y'all. Like drunken monks don't fuck around.
Before we inderdaad, before we talk shit, I think it's interesting that you say it's about your personal improvement and stuff, because the thing that always held me back is that the times that I went, oftentimes you had to do things in pairs. And then if you are slower, you're basically holding your partner back, and that's not such a nice feeling, especially if you're just starting, you know?
Yeah.
So then how can you say that it's for, you know, your own improvement?
Yesterday, I saw I was an oudere dame. She couldn't do a box jump.
Yeah.
I've been coaching her now for 3 weeks, really going into, you know, from baby steps, going up and down and so on. And she did it yesterday. So to have that achievement, you know, for her to reach that achievement, to do that, from coming from I'm afraid or I cannot do something like that, to eventually coach someone, guide someone going forward, and then doing it. And now eventually she can do it herself in her own workout, on her own pace. I mean, I might do 10, she might do only 3. Doesn't matter. She came from 0. So that's where you see progression is really nice. But it's just like trial and error. Weet je, vallen en opstaan. Literally vallen en opstaan sometimes. But gewoon push yourself to become a better version of you. And if that works, I mean, with everything. Like we have these nice Instagrammable quotes we can use every day. But I mean, really put that into practice. And if that works, it works. And you feel fitter every time you do it. You maakt een stofje aan.
Yeah.
And that's the addiction that's there.
I can back her up on that one. Not to look like I'm always going to be in her corner the whole time, because trust, I want to get into some bullshit with her too as well. But from my experience, however short, with at least with the box.
Yeah.
Shout out to the boys to Willemstad, but there's always a thing of like exactly what you say. Let's try to get you to your personal best, like whatever it is. So if you can't deadlift properly, they're gonna first to teach you, okay, let's deadlift properly. So just start with the bar, and then slowly but surely they'll add on. But they will never let you slack on what you're supposed to do. That's the difference. Like there's a difference between let's go, and no, come on, man. You know you got more. You know what I mean? You know you got more like in you, or you know you're being een beetje lui vandaag, or you know you're not quite in your mood or whatever. But you gotta push through that. And from what I saw, not just with me, but with those around, because it was a bunch of us that was going at the same time, and they all did it with everybody else, and just to try to work it out as to what is your bar for that moment, what is your level for that moment. Try to get to that at least, or try to consistently hit that. And once you hit that, you'll see that once you got it under control, you'll break through, and then you'll find another one again. And yeah, I can say that sect or no sect, or you know, like cult or no cult, but I could say that these people were good to me, like in that way. So
all right.
Yeah.
Maar okay, fine. So it's about doelen of grenzen verleggen. So you know, improving. Maar wat zijn jouw volgende goals dan?
Well, yeah, in this chapter that we tapped into, it is I got a great opportunity with several other people, 3, and we grabbed it with 8 hands, and we went for it. So we're opening our own CrossFit box pretty soon.
Holy moly!
At the old previous Inso Air ticket office at the New Havenweg, so at the Maduro Plaza.
Right.
Got this great opportunity. We went for it. So we are going for it. So came up with a cool name. Everybody agreed to it. So it's RPM, CrossFit RPM.
Wat betekent RPM?
Originally it is revolutions per minute. It's in your motor. It's keeping going forward. It's the snelheid. We made it into reps per minute. So get the most reps in a minute.
Yeah.
It has the wink to the amount of reps that you need to get in a workout. Yeah. And we are going into this crazy adventure together, and it's going organically very good.
No, salute to that.
Cheers.
Yeah, but
mazel tov. It's not like we have any kind of, you know, skill to show what's going on.
I was
or
allowed to do it, so of course I will take that opportunity to do Mesora.
I am crass beyond crass, darling. Like, I don't believe in any kind of social norms or nothing like that. I just try to let people know what's going on.
Yeah, no, we're on Insta, Facebook, CrossFit RPM. You can look us up.
When is the gym supposed to open and how can I register?
November 1st, we're aiming for that. And the way it's going right now, we might even open earlier. I mean, it just goes, like I said. But then you can register online. The website will be online in October.
Right.
The website is being developed by none other than less than Profound. So, yeah, we're going to put everything together, right?
Speaking of your day job, you said I was practiced with the Annabay, but what about yourself? Like, what's your day job?
The day job, my day job. I have a cool day job. I work now 3 years already at Profound, a cool creative company that comes up with great stuff to make a big impact on a digital platform, but also on online or on offline media as well.
This is the first time you're going to have me cut you across. So what you're trying to say is marketing.
No, more than marketing.
So listen, think about it. If marketing, I always say, you're doing marketing. Like, what is marketing for you? It's
verkopen.
No, not marketing is iets verkopen. Is you have to get the message or the idea of a thing to a person.
Verkopen. And I don't mean literal
that's the end
sell
goal.
the idea.
May I?
go.
Oh Lord, the professor.
You're single and you go to a bar. Do you expect to get laid every time?
No, but
you if something comes along,
then it comes
along, right? Marketing is that. Is somebody coming along saying hi, how you doing, whatnot, with the intention he wants to get laid. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
Use this
right? But homeboy wants to get laid and he has to come up and say hi. If he's in the corner and he never speaks to you and praying that you see him or whatnot, so his chance to get laid are this small, and you could choose like somebody else. He wants him, so he has to come across. You're like, hey yo, how you doing? Yo, darling, you look cute. Can I get the number? That type of thing. Can I buy you a drink or whatever? That's marketing. It's not that you expect to sell. You want to sell. You wanted it, but it's more like you have to get the idea of you in the person's head, or the brand in the person's head, or whatever. So when you say impact, if you have me, forgive me, to come back all the way around. Yeah, it's marketing. You have to get the brand or the concept or the idea or the message or whatever across.
It all starts with a conversation. It's conversation, an idea. How are we gonna expose it? Put the exposure out there. Which platforms? By the time you have every platform figured out, you wake up the next morning and there's another one. So
or the algorithm changed.
Hoe moet je daarmee omgaan? Hoe moet je, wat voor budgetten? How do you go? So I focus more with the team on there's a product, anything, or a service. How can we put that into the market and make it work? So.
Maar wait, but you started describing Profound in a profound way. Nee, maar very wollig. So to me it sounded like it's not solely marketing.
No, it's surely not only marketing. It's communication, it's software development, web development, strategy, concept, and branding. So it's everything under that umbrella. And that makes it cool. So we can start off with one and then tap into the next phases if needed. Or start off with phase number 3 and then go back to, I might need a branding because we want a website, that's what we want, but we actually don't have a cool branding. How can we do that together? So it's all around. It's like a 360. Yeah. And
you said you have the coolest job. And why do you love your job so much?
Because I work with the coolest people.
Slime.
No, slime. No, it is true. It is true. Like you have to, you can do it alone and go really fast. Again, Instagram will go quotes, but you can do them. You can do it together and go far.
Yeah.
So, but it's true. Like je bent zoveel uur op de dag thuis of op je werk dat wordt op een gegeven moment ook gewoon je plekje. Yeah. Dus have fun at your work, man. We have 6 mantras. The number 1 mantra is always have fun. That's our number 1 mantra.
Can I hand in my CV? And,
yes, you can.
Who can I
we
talk
have an
to?
HR, a really cool HR.
Oh, I know your HR.
You know my HR?
I swim with your HR.
You what? You?
I swim. Yes.
Shout out to HR. That's swimming. Yeah, cool. Yeah. No, she's really cool. So no, our number 1 mantra is always have fun. So have that in mind. And then the second one is make it happen, and then we go forward. So yeah, if you have that there, then it's cool.
So are you like a Google company with hammocks and PlayStations and all the lot at the office?
We try to go into that direction. Yes, we have. We recently, about 2 years now, moved to Scharlo. So from the Green Apple building, we went to Scharlo, and we are making it quite like a Google office. That's our aim. So we just added a vending machine. There's a Nintendo there.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a cool murals inside. Yeah, like you want to stick around. That environment you would like to create. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll be coming by with my CV.
Pass by anytime. Yeah.
En, sorry Marlo, ik heb heel veel vragen. So you're into your marketing and you are thinking of the different strategies and how to put, ideas and concepts. You explained a little bit, but where do you get your inspiration? How do you come up with your concepts?
Where do you not come up with concepts? I think it's all around you. It's getting inspired by the things around you. When traveling a lot, you see different angles, of concepts and ideas. I don't like reading so much, so I do audiobooks. If I read, I fall asleep. I don't know.
Oh, it's also effective.
Yeah, but no.
Okay.
So I do audiobooks. I check around. I absorb a lot, like a sponge, and then just park it. And then when I think I need it, I just open up that drawer and I go.
And then how do you know what works on Curaçao? Because we have a very specific context. We have a very specific culture, maybe or maybe not. So how do you know? Because you go all over, you go abroad, you see something completely awesome. But how can you adjust it for here?
I don't think you can teach that. I think you just need to feel that, to have that there. So I always say to put the sausje, the Curaçao's sausje around it. I don't know, speak the language, know the people, know the culture, know who you self are, but also with I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for that target group and get a little known how they think and go about. Maar voornamelijk het sausje. Because I do get a lot of, like stuff that comes from corporate. I'm like, yeah, cool concept, but it's not going to work here. Because it's too far away from what we want to do. And indeed, we are, I went to a client once and he said, well, we are aliens in the Caribbean. So I said, why? Because you have different languages on the island. So that's where it always makes it very different. Yeah. And with Papiamento, of course, too.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're
Is that
going
a cue?
Break? There's a cue. There's something
break?
going on. No. We're going to re-up and we'll be right back. I have 500,000 questions more.
Let's go.
So, yeah.
You're not making that joke with me today. You're not. Not today.
Let's make a clap.
I hate you.
Okay, I love you.
I really do.
No, you should clap 2 times and the lights goes off.
Oh man, maybe if like Annabay installs it, then we'll see exactly what's going on. Guys, we are back. We got Liz from the Laar in the building. My partner Denise, like as always. Yeah, you ended off and by the way, guys, the mic wasn't quite working with me the last time, so that's why I had to adjust too as well. You ended off on a weird island note. It's a weird island because of the language, but also there was some implications that the culture is weird as well. That leads me, if you don't mind me asking, into some personal things, and if you don't mind, um, you're out and you're proud, right? Out and proud. Just that's who you are. You grew up here. You've been raised here. You grew up here the whole nine. You're a child of the '80s, like me. I was like '82.
84.
How was that particular journey here, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's fine. I think, yeah, you reflect back. I'm gonna do this in all 3 languages. Maar je reflecteert terug en dan kijk je naar. Het was niet moeilijk, het was niet makkelijk. Because I knew.
You knew early. Like
I
you
knew
early.
I wasn't Jasmine. I knew I wasn't Cinderella, and I knew I wasn't Pocahontas.
There you go. But
So-
there's a difference between not being those
Yeah, no, but I
and
couldn't.
wanting them.
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what I mean?
no.
Like,
No, yeah.
You might not be Pocahontas, but yo, baby, come here.
Yeah. Nee, klopt. I mean, that's the innocence of a kid, you know. So,
Yeah, of course,
no,
of course.
dat had ik toen helemaal niet. Maar I just knew there was something different. And only there were no role models back then, really. I mean, now there are role models. I see kids popping out like hashtag I'm gay, hashtag I'm like that, and all of that, you know, like really easy going, easy smoothing that wave.
Does that impress you, or does that like holy shit, like that's new? You know, like.
No, I admire it. I admire it because it can be really difficult for people that are not comfortable being themselves and all. But I do have to reflect and say this. It was easy growing up because I still have easygoing parents.
Right.
So that's there.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of people out there on the island that don't have that.
I was about to say
Yeah.
because there's easygoing island. So, okay, just back me up on like 2 seconds. Like me growing up in the north, so in the SSS islands, homosexuality, because it wasn't even the LGBTQ thing. Like it was just that at that point was so taboo that it wasn't even spoken about.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it was spoken about in hush whispers.
Yeah.
And it was spoken about in like, oh Lord, you're going to hell, or this or that, whatever. And especially for the danger part too, like as well, because they had a couple of really ignorant brothers and sisters that were like, yeah, Dre, we see them, we're gonna deal with them. You know what I mean? But I was always informed as a young kid, and maybe that my reflection is a little bit rosy, but I was thought coming here that Curaçao was more of a haven, was like more of a safe haven. And in my time here, being friends with Denise and getting to know the community just a bit, just on the oppervlakte, I admit. But getting to know is like, no, the struggle is real here too. Hence me asking that question.
Yeah.
Like hence me like asking like, were you okay? So parents were good, family was good, whatnot. So, but then at some point,
Very stable, you know.
but at some point you had to put it out there too, like as well, and like not like say, oh hey, here's my badge, but I'm on a date. Yo, dude, could you kind of leave me alone? Could you kind of?
Yeah.
So did that go easy too, like as well, or?
a late comer on that front for me. So I was late. I was in Holland when that, you know, when I told my parents I need to tell you something. But growing up here, always a tomboy. I am still a tomboy and I love it. Like that's cool, you know. So that's where I just always stayed myself. Ik ben gewoon gebleven wie ik ben. I didn't change because of the maatschappij. I didn't change because it had to go be different or anything in between there. Just be true to yourself and have that ownership and then just go and rock it. So it wasn't difficult growing up. It wasn't. They would say to my dad, "Your son looks like you." And he would be like,
"Thank you."
I was like, "Yeah, oh, I'm not his son, you know." But that's there. But like I said, my sister played with Barbies, and I was outside making a boom hut.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
There you go.
But you explained growing up, like especially with the innocence of a child. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't know. You figure out you're different, but yeah, okay, you're different. But then, when was the point that you started to go like, and label yourself, if you even label yourself, or was
Wait, just a thing too, right? That verb fucks with me a little bit. You know what I
Why?
mean? Because it's labeling.
labeling?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Just I'm here. That's it.
No, but
You know
there
what I
comes
mean?
a point. I mean, I understand your question. Er komt een moment dat je denkt, oh god, dus
Ja.
dit is het. Oké, dit is dus dat puzzeltje. Ploem, het fits. Het fits.
And oh God, this is a good revelation, or oh God, I'm in trouble.
No,
Like,
Oh
I
God,
don't
nu
know.
snap ik
Nu
het.
snap ik het, ja. En je krijgt dat moment.
There's
en
a
dan-
ding, is like a light bulb going
Like,
off.
Ja.
dat was
Nou,
het.
snap ik waarom bepaalde dingen zo gingen. Ja. And that was fine. It was scary, but it was fine.
And that came in Holland.
That
or-
came later on. Yeah, later on in Holland. Yeah, I think a year in or so. Yeah. And my grandmother passed away, and we literally saw, like in ER, you see that dat is het, zo'n
Yeah,
grafiekje
like-
going up and down,
right.
up and down.
The EKG.
Yeah.
The-
And it went flatlined, and I'm sad. It's just, your life is one breath away, one heartbeat away. It was like a moment, like I said, okay, nee, just live it. Live it and be true to yourself. And I think that's my motto. Really live it. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, fuck off. Then, I have other friends that do like who I am. And the conversation is not about who am I, but more like, hey, what's going on? We know what's happening what happened today. Having those conversations I think there are a lot more serious topics we can have a discussion about that need real attention instead of this.
I have said that. We both intimated that in, crass terms.
Yeah.
But I don't need to know who you're fucking. Let's try to get healthcare going. Let's try to get education going. Let's try to get
Kindermishandeling, all of those things. I mean, those have
serious.
Those are serious topics that we should have a topic,
But that's the thing, though, because even though both of us would like to get past. We love talking to people and we love having to interact with people and one and so, but we like to get past certain conversations here. And again, who you're fucking, if you pardon my crassness, is not an interesting conversation. At least not like anymore. Not with everything being out there and there's a knowledge base and there's if you want to learn, you can learn.
Yeah.
Right. So who you're fucking is not interesting no more. For me, an interesting question is: do you deal a lot with identity? Do you deal a lot with like as you said, labels and that type of thing. Like one of the questions that I wanted to ask, but she said I was weird for asking it, and I'm sorry. You're a tomboy, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're male presenting, right? Mm-hmm. A weird question pops in my head. Have you ever been accused of toxic masculinity, for example? Like, you know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like, and what your perspective is on what masculinity is, because you lean in that,
Yeah.
or at least whatever that we put as that,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So what the fuck? So
there was once a situation that someone asked me of steroids name.
what the
I'm
fuck?
They were like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, no.
They saw you do about 10, legless kind of pull-ups
I
and shit.
don't know. But yeah, you get, obviously, like I said, I do sports 5-6 times a week. You get lean, you get a little muscle toning. And it's probably, being the tomboy that I am. Weet je, geen lang haar, geen jurk, geen dit, geen dat. That's totally me. But having then, the body exposure there. Zit je aan anabolen? Zit je aan steroids? I'm like, no.
Maar dat is maybe a compliment.
I don't know. It's fine.
Girl, you got a fat ass. No, okay, thank you, but no.
We
that's not the
always
way.
have that thing that when I go to the toilet, the restrooms.
Oh yeah, dat is interessant.
That's very interesting. I would like to take a camera. Like, that would be so cool.
But you would also be arrested. I'm sorry.
No, not in that sense. But I mean, bro, I was pulled out of the ladies' room by the cleaning lady.
Are you serious?
Telling me that the man's bathroom is right there, and I'm looking really.
Do you have to? What do you do at that point?
Flash you?
Exactly. What the fuck do you need to do? What do you need to do?
Of meneer, de toiletten van de heer is daar. Ik zeg, hou je mond.
But wait a minute. But is that oh shit, I've made it? Or oh shit, what the fuck?
For
what?
me?
Yeah. Because
yeah.
you like again, you like looking like a dude.
No,
you like
so
moving like a dude.
I can accept it if it's from kids or drunk people. I get it.
Maybe
get
old
it.
people, older people.
I get it.
I don't know you and your personal situation, maar ik vind wel een weird thing dat je zegt, I made it.
No, I know.
That it is a feeling of I made it. Maar
No,
nee.
I'm asking because I don't know. This is why I'm because Mel would be, shout out to Mel. Mel would be easily the closest male presenting person that is female that I have. That sees herself
Maar
as
dat
such.
zegt zelf, that is female. So waarom zou je dan, why would you then
I don't know the language, ma. I don't know the language. This is part of what I want to talk about.
But that's where that whole they, them, it, that whole thing came in. That sometimes I'm like, okay, what is it now?
Yeah.
What is it? It?
I would, I've had, just to give a real cis fucking gender example, right? I've had to have my whole life growing up as an 80s kid, growing up with a single mom, growing up raised by a den of she-wolves, right? So my aunts and everybody, whatnot. I've had a whole lifetime to get used to the vernacular of cisgender women.
Yeah.
So what not to say, don't make no period jokes. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't, leave the toilet seat. That type of shit. I've had a whole lifetime to get used to that. So now I'm comfortable with that, and I know, oh shit, he said, if she says fine, if you're in like a relationship, brother, you're not fine, right? I have that as a whole lifetime of experiences because I grew up with it. With the straight up lesbian and gay stuff, my young adult life, I've learned to deal with it because you've gotten out of high school, the pressure's off, you're in Amsterdam, you're in Rotterdam, whatever, you can be more free, and you speak and you learn from these people and you go ahead. Mm-hmm. I've only now started to learn about the certain vernaculars on top of that, with the labeling, with the this, male presenting, non-male presenting, this, that, and the third, lipstick lesbian, this, all that shit I'm learning now.
You're also a late bloomer, huh?
But it's not for lack of trying. It's just, it's not my raakvlak. It's not my, you know what I'm saying?
It's not per se, it doesn't, I find, have to do with raakvlak. I think all that the terminology is becoming mainstream is something of this time, and it's what Liz said before, that young kids or young people right now are also miles apart from us, zeg maar. And the way they express themselves, the way they think, it's not even, we are here talking about labels, but I think for young people it's not relevant. We're maybe past that already.
I'm trying not to be the bleeding heart liberal Karen. When you have the bleeding heart liberal Karen that wants to identify with the black people and this and that with the black people, and you just look at her, yo, you're trying too hard, bro. Yo, you're doing too much or whatever. I'm not trying to be that, but I would like somebody to educate me. Yeah. I would like somebody to hold account. Just like how you guys would want a conversation to be had, I would like somebody to have the conversation with me and not have it be fraught with minefields, and I can make a mistake, I can say something stupid and not have it be held against me with a fucking gun, you know what I mean? Like, there is that word, forgive me, y'all correct me, I don't think it's that bad here, where like if you say the wrong thing and then all of a sudden, like the LGBTQ community just jumps on you like how it is in the States. But I do feel like there's a feeling of like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing for whoever that might want to be an ally. And yeah, there's like there's a trepidation, there's a cautiousness for those that are outside that want to help, that want to come in, that want to... Feel free to jump in, guys. I don't want to talk all the time, like fuck.
Voor mij was het nooit een ding.
There you go.
En ik denk dat de comfortabiliteit ook is. Het was nooit een ding. Is het een ding voor je? Ask. Ask, I'll try and explain. And therefore, even I don't need to explain. So that's where I always think I'm so comfortable with who I am. Right. I'm so comfortable with the people around me, with the person I'm with everything around it. So it's fine.
Maar you say, so for you it's not a thing. And you said, you grew up gewoon comfortable. You are who you are. And op zich it's not an issue. Maar if you come into the real world, it does have real life consequences. You were just giving the examples of the bathroom where people are confused. so you can be comfortable, but society might not be as comfortable. And heb je daarmee te maken? And how do you deal with that?
Zeker mee te maken. I mean, that was the first thing my mom said. Like, ik maak me bezorgd hoe de maatschappij ermee omgaat naar jou toe. How they will treat you. Therefore, my father said, well, you owe no one an explanation. You are who you are. And so again, coming from a stable background, I think that's my
having a good home life.
Backbone number one. Like,
just having a good home life. People that know, thick or thin, they got your back, whatever it comes to, whatever.
En de maatschappij, I can't blame that lady. Maybe she doesn't, like you, doesn't have that around her, doesn't have anybody, or maybe it does, but just the feature, weet je, hoe je eruit ziet, geeft dan dat al af. It's fine.
Okay, maar
you create a thick skin and you continue.
Okay, maar do you then feel that you have a role to play in advocacy? For you in your life,
that was going to be one of my questions as well.
It's not really an issue. You're comfortable and you have a thick skin, but with the homophobia, niet even, gewoon with the homophobia on this island, every now and again, a group of usually pastors come up with some kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Do you feel some kind of responsibility to tackle that, to say something about that,
to speak out about that?
Weet je, om een activist te zijn of?
Niet per se, but if there would be something like a gathering or so, I would go. I would go if there. I mean, not even the pride, the walk, but I would go.
Here's the fuck up part of how all this works. The fact that you need heroes to bring it forward, spokespeople to bring it forward, and all of that, and maybe not, but especially for coming out of marginalization, you don't want to make yourself a target. Like, if you already know that within marginalization you are a target already, so if I'm going to be the head target, this takes a special kind, a special person. Just because somebody's comfortable, just because of somebody's, like unapologetically who they are, what and so on, so it shouldn't have to fall on them to have to advocate. And trust, like, I speak your language, again, the symbolism and the need of, like, to be able to, like, have a rallying point and all of that, but it shouldn't have to be her. It shouldn't have to be this or that, like, or whatever. You check what I mean?
No, I'm not saying that it should. I'm just wondering how it is. And because even if you're comfortable, not you, gewoon een algemene you, is comfortable.
Not always. I mean, I'm also human. So there are also some moments that je bent een beetje onzeker. I mean, that's there. I mean, we all have that. That's fine.
But things happen around you, and then I wonder, do you interact with it or do you retreat? Like, how, everybody is different. And inderdaad, you do not have a responsibility, maar je hebt wel een leven en je hebt wel je eigen ideeën en je hebt wel zoiets van, fuck you, weet je. Het gaat gewoon over mij, dus, dus hoe laveer je in het ingewikkelde...
How do you walk that minefield of society here? Like when it comes to having to fight battles or whatnot.
The thing is, I don't look up for the fights. That's thing. I mean,
serial killer.
Ik zet mezelf ook niet in zulke posities. Ik ben niet inderdaad iemand die vooraan daar staat te activeren. Nee, I'm not doing that. Maar if I can say something online or if I can, post something somewhere, dan doe ik dat wel. Maar ik ben niet een schreeuwer daarin of zo. Want ik hoop dat het minder wordt. As in, like, dat het allemaal wordt geaccepteerd. En equality would be a nice word to have there, centered out. I mean, er zijn genoeg topics. Dat is deze topic. Maar, I mean, black, white, gay, straight, human, we're just human. I mean, that's right there in the middle.
Sowieso.
So, nee, ik ben niet aan het vechten ervoor. Helemaal niet. I'm just me.
Ja.
We zitten in een meeting en dan is het, hallo, mannen, hoe gaat het? En dan like there, hello. I'm not a man, but okay, it's fine. Yeah.
Vind je, do you... okay, this is a very poignant example. Maar did it hamper you in your job? Like your corporate mostly. Zie je soms dat het tegen je werkt? Dus gewoon hoe je presenteert misschien alleen al?
Nee.
Je merkt geen verschil? Nee. Oké, that's good.
Nee.
Alright.
Nee. Misschien is het ook de karakter. De zelfverzekerdheid als je daar staat.
Ja.
De humbleness.
Have you ever advocated be it directly or indirectly, via your work for what you've done? Like you ever had a moment where you kind of like, yeah, this got to be a part of it, or this, I got to do this right, or I got to do this in a
No.
particular way.
No.
You sure? Okay. All
Just chill.
Ja.
Daarom zeg ik it is not a conversation in my head on a daily basis. It's so normal. It's fine. That it's not an issue. It's not a thing. So maybe.
What about that? And I gotta press you because I gotta have a certain amount of responsibility. Right? What about that? We spoke about like on the phone. You had a client and you made a concept for them, and they were a little bit rough about it because you had two men and the champagne and one. So like, can you speak on that? Then,
Yeah.
please? We're not gonna name the client. We're not
No.
gonna get you like in trouble. But
No,
you know.
I don't remember which kind it was. Yeah, we came up with a concept that it's inclusion, so everybody is included in this for this service.
Right.
And then I said, okay, let's do it. Let's just make it different.
Right.
So we went.
So wait a minute. The client asked, or you together, your team together with the client said, okay, the service has to be inclusive, or you just said we're going to present inclusivity to the.
Yeah,
you
I said we're going to present inclusiviteit.
Yeah.
En hoe ga je dat laden?
Ja,
Toen dacht ik,
oké.
here we go. This is my time to shine, right? So,
Right.
ik heb een blanke meneer genomen met een donkere vrouw. Een oudere meneer met een donkere...
Oudere vrouw?
Nee, jonge vrouw.
Oh.
Een Latina genomen met een blanke meneer. Really like... Dat je denkt, oh ja, weet je wel,
Ja.
die zijn er ook. Ik wilde wegstappen van de stereotype. Een man, vrouw, een dochter, een zoontje en de hond op de bank.
Ja.
Dat fotootje, daar wilde ik van afstappen. So eventually I went with two guys. You know, so en alle scènes werden goedgekeurd. En uiteindelijk was die nog even een twijfel. Het was vrij snel goedgekeurd hoor. But it was like, gaan we ervoor, gaan we er niet voor?
So the client had to think, gaan we ervoor?
Yeah. And they were actually one of the first pioneers in the corporate world that did this.
Okay.
And they are still the pioneers doing that as of still of today.
On the island.
On the island.
So even with their trepidation, but you being able to pull them on the call of, hey boys, let's
To
let's go.
market that, to expose that.
Let's go forward.
Yeah. Because
But
that
that's-
means, because I said to them, dat betekent anders dat ik dus niet getriggerd moet worden voor de advertentie, de commercial. Nee, jawel. Ik zeg, nou oké, dan moeten we iedereen erin zetten.
But okay, so then this is where I guess that maybe there's a discrepancy in thought and language, because something like that for me is advocacy. Something like that for me is not front of the line,
Not
waving
like
the flag,
marching,
whatever.
yeah.
No, it's
Okay,
not yelling.
You can say it.
But it's like
that.
making sure, we're gonna push this one, get this one up for, like up front, get it at least seen or whatnot. Think about it, let's get it done, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that can. But if you see now how many companies are including themselves into Pride Month, like International Pride Month.
Right.
I was in New York in April or in May. I mean, Pride Month is June. I mean, every company had the rainbow colors in their logo or in their anything to be, at least, we're supporting and we're going.
I would ask one more question before that we finish, and I'll give you one more question
Yeah.
as well. That whole, every company had rainbow, this and that and whatnot.
Yeah.
You work in the industry, you work in the business. Does a certain amount of cynicism hit you when you see that? When you see like, yeah, they're doing it, but they're doing it for the dollars. It's not really for the cause. It's not really for the community or whatnot. And it's
You're talking to a marketeer.
Right, but I'm talking to a marketer with a heart. I am, or at least I assume.
Yeah.
Right, that has a
course.
certain amount of,
Speeding.
like a certain amount of ethics or whatnot. And you look at that as, yeah, okay, that one's cheap. Like Dick's Sporting Goods. We support Pride Month. That's a little cheap, bro. That's a little,
Ja, ik denk, weet je kan natuurlijk shine op dat moment met... Ik heb een regenboogvlaggetje bij mijn logo gezet en al. But keep having that spirit, Don't only
Keep the
celebrate
same
it.
energy.
Keep the energy
keep
around.
the same energy for the whole year, for the whole fucking,
Ja. Dus wij hebben op onze schermen ook van... We celebrate Pride Month. Not only the month, but every day.
Ja,
You know,
ja.
we celebrate it. It's there.
There you
There's,
go.
ja. So ja, sommigen halen er wel wat uit. Weet je wat je zegt? Met geld om dat moment even te shinen. But it's also for afterwards. Ja.
But yeah, I wanted, because we swooshed past the...
Yeah,
the-
we
the-
switched past a couple of things, but
So I wanted to go back to the campaign that you had, and that you were working on inclusivity, and that you had the two guys in the commercial. Did you hear back from the client after the campaign was launched? Like,
Was
did
it
they
a
get
good thing?
backlash? Did they get great reactions? Did they
Yeah.
love it? Well, they continued, maar you know, you can continue
What was the feedback?
out
What was
of
the
a moral stance, or that you say, hey, this works, or like, did you hear?
No, I
anything?
didn't hear. I think they it was a long time ago. I placed it online, like I posted it online that we did, you know, the first gay commercial on the island. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't really you know, like a discussie van check this out. Dit heeft dit en dit gedaan. Nee. En ik denk dat dat ook goed is.
Ja,
It
zeker.
wasn't a thing. Doesn't need to
Zeker.
be highlighted. So that's fine.
Zeker.
You know, that's a sensation. We love sensation.
Yeah.
The island is good at it.
Bombashi.
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 What is this? Bostanga Wakasaki and all the names around it. Well, no, it
Good,
wasn't.
good,
So
good.
that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I think we're gonna re-up, and then we'll
definitely,
be right back.
I'm. Hey, who? We gotta re-up. Say it again, one last time.
What? Re-up?
I'll
Re-up?
join. Let's go.
Yes. Bang, bang, bye.
We're back.
We're back, and I like how she like aligned herself. She went, you know,
Like, go.
Must be the art directing.
Oh, goddamn. Guys, we are back. My name is Marlo Brown, Denise Faber. We have Liz van der Laar in the building, prominent Curaçao, YDK. And yeah, we're talking to her about all things marketing, entrepreneurship, LGBTQ. Apparently we had a lot of questions for that fuck. And we're not quite done, Denise.
I don't know. I'm looking at you.
I'm not quite done, man. I'm not quite done because unfortunately for who I am and what it is, I'm always solution orientated or want to talk about like how things should go. I am not a part of the like I could tell you my opinions about how black things are supposed to go. I'm not a part of the LGBTQ community. So my first question to you would be king for a day, queen for a day. What do I say?
King.
King for a day,
for
ma.
a day.
There you go, ma. King for a day. What do you do? Like, what do you do to help the community here? And I mean to say, powers unending, anything unending. You have 24 hours to like try to change some shit. What do you do?
Yeah, I like I said, I think it was a boring answer, but I would just go for the equality. Let's all
Equality.
get married. Let's make sure that the laws and regulations are the same. You know, just have the where the barriers are, make sure that there are no barriers.
I would positively challenge that. She hates. I just every time you do the, I'm gonna do the positively challenge,
Okay,
and
but
then
what's your positive challenge?
you can change laws, you can't change minds. And
True,
people
true,
will
yeah.
break laws if they don't find them to be just or whatever. You can change laws to okay, people can get married, but that doesn't change the hate. That doesn't change the vitriol and the weird questions
Yeah.
or the sluiting out of particular avenues or whatnot. So again, I ask, king for a day. What do you do?
Ja. In hoeverre een koning dat mag en kan doen, zeg maar?
UN is not even involved. Fuck it.
No. Like what? Yeah,
they will turn a blind eye for one day. You know what I mean?
Ja, wat ik zei, ik zou de dingen die niet mogen wel laten mogen. Omdat het toch ergens een restriction met zich meegeeft. En dat is jammer.
Yeah.
Dat is jammer. Waarom mag jij wel en ik niet?
Yeah.
So,
no, but it's all based, and you'll forgive me for saying this. It's all based within the laws of Christianity.
Religion.
Like a lot of the laws that were adopted and were applied and whatnot comes out of the fact that it was a moral stance within the community, and the moral stance within the community is based off of what the church says or what the religion says. And for me, I would even have us like the fact that pastors and priests, Lord, I'm about to contradict myself 15 times on this one. The fact that they can come out and say that we don't agree with this, we don't agree with that, when it comes to this because the Bible says this, that's within their freedom of speech. But if your freedom of speech does not bear fruit within at least civil conversation, to me, I'm not so sure if you deserve that right at that point. You know what I mean? Me and you can have a talk about human rights as a religious leader, I think, because that's supposedly where you want to get to. But then human rights is LGBTQ rights. Human rights is black rights, is this, that rights, is poor rights, is what and whatnot. And that for me is where I would want to try to change the game a bit. Like, me and her have had multiple conversations on this format about doing this, and then I still maintain you got to change hearts and minds. You have to do what you're doing, is what I feel. And this is why I wanted to talk to you as well, because you're not out there, but you're not behind a wall as well.
Yeah.
You just, hey, there's Liz.
Yeah.
There's Liz. Just, hey, you want to, don't ask me, you know, like, hey, what is she? No, don't ask me. Ask
her,
Liz.
yeah.
Like, and you have to be willing to have that conversation, is what I feel. Not to put you in the place of, you have to be the icon, but at the same time, people have to have a touchstone with you, as well. That is what I would feel.
Yeah. Yeah, if the question would be asked again about the king, I think of that, I won't say world peace, but more island peace. You know, have the island, have the, not discrimination, they, them, nanku, nos, no, it's just us. It's just us having the whole the discussion about Macamba, Curaçao, they get this, they get that. It's really? You know, there's a whole, we get it, there's a whole chapter of history on this island. But, I mean, let's go forward. Let's go forward. And, I mean, dat hele pardon stukje en sorry zeggen stukje, okay, it has been said, let's go forward. And I think if island peace can be there for one day, as you said, king for a day, I think that would make Curaçao a much more nicer place than it is already.
And I just want to react to what Marlo was saying. You can change laws, but you can't change minds. But I do think what you were saying, Liz, let everybody get married. Fuck it, let everybody. I think that will change minds, because I think it's about normalizing things. Because you also explained, Marlo, when you were coming up, you didn't know anybody, or not anybody close, and which is, so I think exposure is very important for acceptance, or for acceptance. So if now everybody gets married, in the beginning for some people it will be weird, but after a while I think nobody's gonna even care. So I don't even think it's a weird idea. And that is even just not even talking about equality, because of course for equality's sakes, if you say everybody's equal, then everybody should be equal.
Right.
I find.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, everybody's equal. But here's my small pushback before I ask a question. I'm sorry, y'all. My small pushback, towards that. Humans will always find a way to differentiate. That is how the brain works. We have patterns. And to go to identity and all that, and to go to your unfortunate incident with the bathroom lady or whatnot, we have patterns that we ascribe to. And these patterns allow us to shortcut through the bigger decisions in life, you know what I mean? So the pattern is I'm on the left lane on the highway or whatever. I gotta drive fast because this is the fast lane, and the right lane is the slow lane because that's the lane that we gotta get off. That's the pattern that we've established, right? The thing about it is that those patterns are hard to, like, once they're wired, they're wired. You know what I mean? Like once they're there, and it takes a certain amount of time to kind of get around it and whatnot. I wonder if within our lifetime that we have enough dank capacity, thinking capacity and all that to get past some of these patterns, like to get past some of these things that,
Not in our lifetime, sorry to cut you across, but if you look at gewoon racial disparities and if you look at sexism,
Right.
dat zijn de eeuwenoude grote, let's say.
Yeah.
And look at where we are today. I mean, in my day-to-day life, in general, heb ik er geen last van. Maar er zijn wel af en toe dat je denkt van, like, zou het zijn? Of there's sometimes are microaggressions, and in a larger scheme of things, if you're going to do a research, I'm sure that also in Curaçao, you're going to find out that women across the board earn less than men for the same job, maybe even better qualified than men.
Right.
Dus dat is niet opgelost. Dus in onze lifetime, helaas, season of doom and gloom. I don't think that will
This is the season of doom and gloom,
don't think
Liz.
that
Like,
will
we've
be
been talking about a
solved.
lot of shit that's just depressing.
And I don't know if it's ever going to be solved, but I do feel that as time progresses, we also progress.
Right.
Yeah, where we were back in the day, growing up, and where I am now, where we are now, living in the now. I mean, it's a whole gigantic step for mankind.
Does that give you hope?
Yes, it does. It does.
Are
It
you a
gives-
hopeful person?
Yes,
like,
I
are you
am.
a hopeful person?
Yeah.
Are you a?
It
I
gives
find
me hope
I like.
for my niece and my nephew. It gives me hope for when they are
Does it give you
older.
hope for your sister? Does it give you hope for your uncle? Does it give you, because you're talking about the younger generation?
Yeah.
And it's like, I've had that conversation this week. I've had that conversation. It's like, I'm the only hope. And again, for as cynical as I fucking am, I'm sorry, But apparently, I'm the only hopeful motherfucker, like, amongst my people. Like, I still hope that, oh shit, we can get it together. Like, people can get it together, government can get it together.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I still hope for shit. It seems to be a losing battle. Do you have hope? Do you have?
Yes.
Yeah. Why?
Because it's aiming for a goal, work towards the goal. I mean, without hope, I mean, you have to work for it, though. I mean, you have to do something to get that there. I mean, staying quiet doesn't really help. Je moet wat zeggen, je moet wat doen, je moet wat laten zien. You just act around it. Ik denk dat dat gewoon iets mooi mag zijn. Ik mag hopen dat er ooit... People hope that there would be a black president one day. And then it was there and people couldn't imagine that it was there. People were crying and it was... I mean, and look what we had after. Or what they had after. The world had after.
That is gonna be... Wait a minute. I'm gonna let you go. No.
You wanna tap
Go
in?
ahead.
Nee, ik heb
Go
niks.
ahead.
Nee, ga maar.
Okay. All right.
Ze heeft niks meer.
They allows me. All right, fine. You're a marketeer, right? Let's call a spade. You are a marketeer. I ain't do that. Stop that. Yeah, but anyway, no. But how it name? You are a marketeer. Do you find that European and American influence a little too much of who you are in your workplace when it comes to presenting, when it comes to certain things I want to show? Is like that sauce that you talk about when it comes to Curaçao?
Yeah.
Is that a little? Does that go to the background when it comes to, oh, we're gonna do this way because this has been invented already, this has been done already, we need to know how this works or whatnot. Do you?
You have your little baggage of knowledge when you're from the island and you go abroad, and your baggage or your horizon, however you want to say it gets broader and bigger with experience. And het vallen en opstaan there, A/B testing, however you want to call it. And I'm really very grateful that I went abroad. I went to Holland Some of my friends went to the States and they have a different experience, but we went to Holland, or I went to Holland and got that experience of living there for 9 years, working
being a part of the tapestry.
being a part of that culture, that harde maatschappij as well, but never losing where I'm from. And I think that combination is nice, at least helpful for what I'm doing now.
Right.
So coming back to the island already now, 13 years back, I'm still doing what I'm doing. But I made it a little bit my own. Not too much of that, not too less of this, finding the right balance in between to have that there. Would I have the same if I stayed here? No. But I would also manage and mold it to what it is. But
again,
having the experience from seeing it on a different, chapter, bringing it back.
But here's where I would push this a little bit forward. All the TV, all the series, all the Netflix, all the movies, all the music, it's a lot of culture from outside that you consume.
Yeah.
And as you said, at one point, nothing is new under the sun. You know what I mean? So, okay, the things, the minimalist movement, that was a big thing when Apple came up in the late aughts and whatnot and so on and so. Has that influenced your approach towards like art and towards work and towards this and that and whatnot? Like the fact that the colonizers, you know what I mean? Like they're out there, the whatever. Has this changed your view on things, or have you wrestled with it, or have you reconciled with it, or have you married it, or have you,
No, I haven't made it an issue for the way that we've been doing the concepts or thinking at all. Like it's there. Let's grab it to whatever you can do it really, really good, and make sure that what you're doing, that you can execute that really well.
There you go.
But I mean, ik kijk wel rond en je weet dat daar is, je weet dat dit daar zo is, maar uiteindelijk find the right balance because when you're giving that pitch presentation, you cannot say that shit in bullshit. Like blah, 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 gibberish. You need to know what the fuck you're talking about. It's the way you present it.
Why it works.
Why it works. And that comes with experience.
Why it works. Yeah.
Be prepared. I mean, preparation is key. Do your research. Do the discovery phase. Tap into that cap of that client. I mean, I have a lot of patches up sometimes. Then this, then that, and that. So really know exactly, what it is how to reach that target group of that specific product. That takes research. Yeah, it does.
There you go.
And you've been talking about the Curaçao's sausje and also knowing the market, knowing your client, and tapping into local culture or knowledge. Do you find that, especially with new clients and people that don't know you, you have to prove yourself, and in the sense of your Curaçao-ness, because
are you really from here?
I wanted to say
you don't look like you're from here,
You're Judy Curaçao. Like, what are you gonna tell me about Curaçao? Like, gewoon face value.
Yeah.
People, I imagine, question your knowledge or your authenticity.
That was the word, authenticity. Thank you.
The thing is that clients come to us, so that's one. They're already very interested in coming to a company like Profound.
Yeah.
They know that we have experts. They know that we have people that know what they're talking about. Why? Because we've set it out already in campaigns and in our showcases that we've been doing this. There have been several cases that we've received items that we said, well, with this branding at what you're presenting us, it is not going to be a match with the culture. Okay. That's why it's a beautiful culture, but it's a difficult culture. In which language do you need? And we're talking now of 3 languages with this podcast, but
we haven't even added Spanish.
No.
Yeah.
In which language do you need to advertise? Now there we go. Yeah. Hoe gaan we dat berekenen? Hoe gaan we dat doen? So that's where we have the experience, but also the knowledge how to tackle that. Dan kom je uit Curaçao. Oh, echt? Ja, echt waar. Oh, oké. Dus you have to indeed be the authentic self. Explain why you think and know this will work. And if it doesn't work, have plan B ready and execute that plan. Majority of the time it works.
Okay, but this is easy because indeed you explained most of your clients come to Profound. They target you. They specifically by
Ask
now
for
want you, like
Yeah.
Profound or you,
Yeah.
Liz van der Laar,
Both, yeah.
so they know what they're getting.
Yeah.
But now in your personal life, do you, I think maybe in the past more than now, but how do you reconcile, maybe a zwaar woord, maar friction that can exist between you, being you, and people telling you that you are not that you are not that you are not
You don't eat jambo.
Like shut the fuck up, want wat kom jij mij vertellen nu over
You don't eat jambo. You're not dark enough. You never go to West Point. Like, what are you dealing with?
Gelukkig heb ik dat nooit op zo'n level ervaren. Wat ik wel heb ervaren is dat een Curaçao Nederlands met mij praat. Omdat ze denken dat ik niet van hier ben en niet papiermens kan. So I'll let them talk Dutch. I'll let them talk Dutch. And then
you let them break their tongue.
No, but I mean it's good. Practice it. It's good. And then I'll come back and I just put the papiamento in, and they're like, "What the papiamento, meneer?"
But why you let me?
No, and then I say, "Abu tambe," and then they're like, "What?" I'm like, "What? Like really? Yeah, I mean, that's good. Okay, now we can talk papiamento, you know." So they're like, and that's where you have.
Okay, so
the
wait a minute. Like, I got a question. You may I assume? I'm hoping that I can assume. You've run in certain circles here that are not like gold tooth, you know.
Are not gold tooth or are?
Not.
Okay, are
not
gold tooth.
like Barrio Whittenfield.
Maar verder stereotyperen we niet. Maar ja.
No,
I'm not running that?
No.
Okay.
How do you marry those two? Like, how do you marry Yantil with Santa Maria? Like, how do you marry, like, the two different ideas? Because there's two very distinct ideas when it comes to, not to race, but definitely to class here. You know what I mean? How do you get the bridge going as to how to get a little bit more unity on the island? Like, I would ask. It's okay if you don't know. You can say I don't know.
I don't know how to tackle that. I just think that we're all human. So I'm Muchikaya. I was always on the street. Like my mom would call me and let's go, Liz, come inside. Like come. So I would play with the boys of Brievengat, baseball, where now Big One is. That used to be a big parking lot, big open area, and play baseball there. That's how I learned papiamento.
Really?
And I was like, what does it mean? Like,
really? You learned papiamento in the field and not at home?
Yeah, no, not at home. We were only speaking Dutch or English because my grandma was from Jamaica. So only Dutch and English. Yeah, no papiamento at home. Like some words, but not speaking it fluently. So I learned it on the street, not at school. We didn't have that back then. So it's really like Kaya.
Kaya.
Shout out to Kaya.
Yeah, shout out to the boys.
So that's
Clayton and Ragin and all the boys.
Yeah, that's how I learned it, and that's and just you practice by speaking it, right? And then when I went to Amsterdam, actually we mingled a lot with the Aruban group. And they spoke a lot of papiamento, and that's
so you
where
were sounding like a Arubian when you were in Amsterdam.
Well, no, not really. Not really.
You're putting that on the spot, dude. You're putting on the
my
spot for that
father's
one.
from Aruba, so I'm very proud to have that blood in as well. But I mean, that's where we really were speaking it a lot. So I learned it from the streets, and so if I need to talk to the guy on the street on his Adidas slippers with a gold tooth, that's my brother. So I make friends with everybody. You never know when you need them. You never know when they need you. So once there was a Yuana in my mom's my mom's bedroom, I'm like, nah, not me. I went to get one of those guys. Help me out. Hey, they came in and they took it and they did whatever they wanted. But
that for me is my. If there's a
I'm a people's
moral
person.
of the story,
it needs to feel good. And
if there's a moral of the story, then that would be it. Because my upbringing in Statia was, everybody assumes that I had a silver spoon in my mouth, and what I tried to do, but I not not like as a rebel, not as a, ik ga averechts of weet ik veel. No, I'm trying to understand everything. I'm trying to understand everybody. So I was very grateful for people that didn't have my experience. That was as best I could say it.
You know where I experienced this a lot? When I went to Holland.
There you go.
Waar kom je vandaan? Ik zo, raad maar. I was from all over the world or all over Holland and niks van Curaçao. When I would say Curaçao, I said, huh? Maar heb je daar dan ook witte mensen? Ik denk, oké. So I'm like a healthy, like a friendly bully. I would say like, nee, we hebben bomen. En elke boom heb je een tak. En een boom heb je een tak. Weet je, we hebben ook geen elektriciteit. We hebben kaarsen. We hebben geen auto's. I'm like, really? Like, know the knowledge. Like, hier met aardrijkskunde en alles wat we hier hadden op school, moest ik weten wat voor grond er in Nederland was. You know, to really deep.
Turf and shit.
Yeah.
So, no.
Literally, by the way. Turf and shit.
Yeah.
You take that train going to Groningen, Patna, yo, done.
Yeah.
But because of that, do you and you mixing with the Arubians, do you think your Caribbean identity strengthened when you were in Holland?
Ja. Je wordt ook echt een ambassadeur van je eiland. You're the business card of your island.
Yeah.
You know, so you...
And especially if you have to put it, yo, Curaçao.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to put it, yo, Curaçao.
Maar weet je dat
because
dat zo'n weird ding is?
No, sorry.
Nee, ga maar.
No, just as a thought, you are the antithesis of the dark gold tooth, you know what I mean? Like, you're gay and tall and this and blanco.
It's the whole potpourri right there.
Yeah, you just turned it like on his head, pero proud you de Curaçao.
Yeah, I am.
Proud.
Very much proud.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was just thinking that it's so weird that we all, most of us in any case, feel that we're the business card of Curaçao. Like everybody who goes somewhere that's not here is trying to promote Curaçao, trying to put their best beentje voor.
The best spin.
You know, a lot of people, when you talk to them when they're going to study, then they say, I'm going to study, but I'm going back. I have to go back for my country, and I want to build my country. But if you talk to a Dutch student, denk je echt, like, nobody ever expresses themselves in that way. So I'm wondering, and I mean, dit is een algemene vraag,
yeah.
but what is your take on that? Why are we onze eigen business card?
Good question.
There we go. Because you're starting behind.
I don't know. Yeah, could. I mean, I think Curaçao is always in the spotlight being negative in Holland.
That's my point.
Starting behind. I mean, there are certain newspapers that are just bashing the islands.
Yeah.
We are dependable of a motherland. So you are the, maybe
the baby sister, the baby
and you have
daughter,
people that
whatever.
come on the island that fall madly in love with the island, and they stay and they just leave wherever they were and they come back here, and there are people that are here after 2 weeks and then they're out.
Yeah.
They're gone. Your camera's also gone, by the way, out there. So
No. Fuck that
just so you know.
camera. We just going, man.
Keep rolling, right?
Yeah, man.
Rolling,
This is what it is.
No, but I don't know. I felt I was an ambassador. So, you want from Curaçao? Yeah. And then uiteindelijk, a lot of friends that I hooked up with some friends in Holland. They all came over. Like, they all like, cool, man. Leuk om te zien waar je woont, hoe dat gaat hier. Yeah. Why come back? Yeah, it's that thing.
But it's not.
No, you can't explain. You come into the airport, you feel the breeze. It's home. You see the island from above. It's home. I know. It's gewoon waar je bent opgegroeid. Ik denk dat heel veel mensen waar ze vandaan komen. Don't you have that when you go back?
Oh yeah. I have that in Stacia. I have that in Smart. And I have that now here.
Oh, okay.
So you're one confusion.
No,
it's not. Yeah, it's
the weight on your tiny shoulders.
It's. I want to tell you about what nudge. I want to tell you to go fuck yourself. But I want to tell you to go fuck yourself on this particular platform. So, but in my mind is go fuck yourself. No, but anyway. But exactly what you're saying. Stacia's not St. Martin's not Curaçao.
Yeah.
And it's a different vibe across the board. When I'm in Stacia, I know I got peace. When I'm in St. Martin, I know it's going to be lit. When I'm here, I guess my link with here is family so far. Not family as, I got roots here, this and that one, but I'm making roots here.
Yeah.
Got my wife, got my kids, got whatever. I'm trying to build into something else. And It's a different vibe of like, oh, I want to party, or oh, I just want to have peace. There's something to be had for all of them. There's something to be had for everything.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the place. Like I fell in love with Curaçao about a year, maybe 2 back or whatever. But I fell in love with like, oh, I get it now. Like I don't get it 100%. I will never be, like I don't get the roots of it. But I get the sentiment, I get the essence, I get the, okay, this is why Carnival is the way that it is. This is why the people argue. This is what happens. And so on. So
Basically, the Curaçao's the sauce. You know the recipe.
I wouldn't.
You can make the sauce, but you don't yet know the recipe.
Yeah, that's about as close as I could say
sauce.
it. Yeah. No, it's good sauce. It's like, I can honestly say it's good sauce. I can honestly say.
You just mentioned Carnival. You saw me with Carnival.
Yes, I did.
This was
I
my
took-
first
yo.
Carnival.
That was your first
My
Carnival?
first
And
parade.
I got pictures of your first Carnival. I feel so fucking special, yo. You know what
Now you can never stand on the side of the road again, huh?
Nunca más na banda.
No,
No, it was my
no.
first experience. It was awesome sauce. Awesome sauce, yeah.
Awesome sauce. Yeah,
Awesome
fuck it.
Curaçao sauce, yeah. That energy that the people have, the whole inside and outside. Sunday was hot, like warm hot, like heat. And it was like, okay, we're back, like Corona's voorbij, we're back.
And we gotta push through. Like, we gotta do this for the culture. We gotta do this for...
Dude, Tuesday
Yeah.
came. Candela.
Candelation.
Was on. Ik heb me al ingeschreven voor volgend jaar. Let's go. It's cool. It's really cool. Yeah.
Hey ho.
I saw you. Yeah.
Was that a problem too as well? Your way of being and your
It
identity?
was really cool because
Did like somebody ask you like, yo, male costume or female costume?
No, it was so I chose to go into Hats of the Dreams.
Right.
Pure because that group has energy. All the groups have energy, but I just have a link with the people in the organization, and I said, if I'm gonna go into a group, I'll go into that group, and I'm really happy I did. So standing there, I remember Chada was like, okay, Liz, outfit. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do a Liz outfit. She's like, yeah, I know. What will you? So I dat korte broek, dat topje, dat so. Like, yeah. So next time you just make like the Liz outfits because they all have names. And
they have, but they were willing to accommodate you.
No
then.
problem at all. Like easy.
There you go, yo.
Easy.
Cheers to have
Yeah,
you.
usually I have to say that most groups are not that difficult. But at the end of the day, you want your participants to have fun because the carnival is about having fun and people need to look nice. So you cannot have people who are not comfortable in your group because that's just gonna kill the whole vibe. So I think maybe for some groups it's like, can we do this? But at the end of the day, I mean, you're just sewing 500 costumes. Dus om deze net wat anders te doen, what is the problem?
It's said somebody that never sewed a car costume, but anyway.
But listen, you're from this soca,
Bikini and feathers.
Soca,
That's
Bubbling dance.
bubbling.
that's racist, by the way.
No. That sound.
I'm fucking around,
Why are you not joining Carnival?
Are you kidding me? I don't got the money for that, man. Yo, the fuck is expensive,
Come, we're
dog.
gonna do a crowdfunding for Marlo. He's gonna be in Carnival.
Yo, no, I do have one question though. I do go I do got one question. Like, basically, with everything that you've been through and everything that you guys have been through, and so right? Does that fuck with you for how people think as well as to the progressiveness of us and all of that and whatnot? Like, is Carnival regressive, progressive? What do you think of like the whole thing in the ban with dancing in Rotterdam and all of that? Like, what was your thoughts?
The bubbling, bubbling never dies.
The bubbling for butts, yeah. The bubbling for butts, yeah. I got nothing, man. What?
They also had one time this ban about you can't like fluit or pst, pst to people in Rotterdam. I'm like, really?
Wait a minute, they had a ban on that?
Yeah,
Jaren geleden.
jaren geleden.
When, like, how old were we? How old? Like
no,
20,
it was
30,
Nee,
40?
nee, niet zo lang
Nee.
geleden. Could it be 10 years? Of
Maybe, yeah.
7 years? I don't know.
But they had a ban on like. Pst, pst,
Yeah, you gotta pst, pst.
They had a ban on that.
That's our people, man.
They had a ban. Exactly, like dog. You
Next year they're gonna have a ban on Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is,
I don't know.
What?
I mean,
Oh
no,
Lord,
Dutch
have
people
mercy.
eat that too, right?
Yeah. The impossible they're in business without him. You know what I mean? But no, but I mean to say it like, does that not the ban itself, but does that irk you? Like, okay, you can look at a particular part of a culture, you can look at a particular part of like a thing, and like jokes about the cult, for example. You know what I mean? Does it irk you that like cultures have parts where like, this, that, whatever, and you have to either defend it as a part of the culture, or do you feel like, okay, I just gotta go forward, or
There might be a reason, there must be a reason why they banned it. There must be a reason. The same for another topic, but I mean, prior to the summer vacation, they announced that you need all those papers when traveling with kids in the airport.
there you go. Yeah, that was a one. That was a big one. That was a big one.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's there. Like, there is a reason why it was there. Like, it was, introduced. It wasn't so clever the way it was introduced with its short notice that everybody already had their tickets and all of that. So there was a big confusion there. But er moet een reden liggen daarachter. Ja.
But do you agree with these reasons then? Okay, let me back up on one. Do you agree with the bubbling verbod? And I'm not trying to gotcha. I'm just trying to figure out
It's
where you're at.
moeilijk. It is in your culture.
Yeah.
It is in your culture, and if you would hear some bubbling music and you would like dance, like chill, you're not doing anything like how they are provoking it. But you have people that are doing it in a different way, and they're like, okay, moet
Een beetje te veel.
Moet het een beetje zo, like dat?
Ja,
en
beetje
ik denk
te
dat ze
veel.
daarom gewoon één lijn hebben getrokken. But then,
Eén onhandhaafbare lijn. but-
dat betekent dan dat voor iedereen dat dan is. Ja. Ja.
Was it successful? Does anybody know that if the Rotterdam...
Everybody was bubbling dancer all over. You had people with signs, something ancestors and all kind of like clever signs. It had me chuckle, but it was just gewoon. Yeah.
It was wonderful protest. It was wonderful protest.
Yeah,
is what they had.
I think people had fun with it. So yeah, I mean, I didn't hear of people getting arrested or being fined. Maybe some people were fined, but I didn't hear about that. Maar wacht even, anders stop ik stil. As a marketeer, as an expert marketeer, can you market everything? Could you market this? Because you were saying like the whole traveling with kids and the documents that they introduced in like 2 weeks, or with 2 weeks notice, or this whole ridiculous bubbling ban. Could you have marketed in a way that it would be accepted by a wider audience? Can you market anything?
Yeah, I think I can answer that by just one simple word, which is momentum. So plan it out, introduce the right momentum, like the stappenplan, and then introduce what you have to do. Because als je te weinig informatie krijgt met wat je moet doen, of waarom het niet mag, of dat het er is, so short notice, then people get panicked.
Yeah.
You paid for the tickets, you have everything in line. Don't get me wrong, I understand why certain rules are being, introduced, but momentum.
Okay.
Momentum.
Yeah.
You had a question and I
No. I've
jumped to
like,
something else.
dog, I've had enough.
We can never have enough Annabay.
Shout out to Annabay. Shout out to the Special Reserve and all of that and everything else. No, but I think we've taken up enough of Liz's time. But I don't know if there's anything else to add to this or what and so, because we could be here all goddamn night. That's the problem. And we don't want to take up too much of our time or whatnot. For me, I would ask you maybe one more question and then go from there. Maybe you one more question. Is there anything that you would like to see happen outside of the LGBTQ? Just you as a person. Is there anything you want to see happen on Curaçao? Just addressed or dealt with or... Yeah.
This one he didn't send to me up front to think about.
I did not, and that's part of the thing. We're in a weird space. So.
Good question. We're in this era where the island is changing. It's changing. You see a new movement coming in of either The island is jam-packed with tourists. There's no rental car to get anymore. It's just very busy. You see these beaches that are now afgekaderd met lijnen, met gereserveerd.
Curaçao, yeah, Curaçao like a motherfucker. Like, yo, for
Je mag
real.
hier niet meer zitten of dit is voor de cruise toerichten. So the island is I think, and I can, by reading also, I mean, it's getting the exposure that's being done out there. De vruchten worden vanaf geworpen. En dat is wel heel goed. Come up with a good master plan. I think that would be great. Learn from other islands around us. What did go well, didn't go well. Don't start building big hotels and go crazy. Let's be also the authentic island that we are, but growing gradually with a master plan. So, bijvoorbeeld, making sure that our roundabouts are duidelijk aangegeven how you need to
This is a
drive
roundabout.
that.
This is a plane, y'all. Curaçao
And this is an
has.
Alberta roundabout.
And this is a Karen roundabout. Karen's driving on it. Like
Curaçao has multiple roundabouts, multiple types.
No, but we're always like reflecting to, that island look better than us, better than this. We are now good. We're in a good place. So why not now make sure that we stay good, maintain the goodness that we have? Curaçao is a hot island. Like, it's known for the people are using Curaçao as a word in rap songs and TikTok. If you search how many times Curaçao has been hashtagged in TikTok, it is cray. So
Okay.
I have just as a sideline, I have a weird story. I'm a dancehall DJ, right?
Yeah.
I'm a dancehall reggae DJ,
didn't
right?
know that, but okay, cool, love it.
Yeah.
Big up.
So it was not apparent to me how much a war is being a war is used in dancehall and reggae, and I thought it was like, recently maybe with like the Movado generation so it goes back a bit.
Yeah.
And there's a jokes and there's also things in the history that we don't want to highlight too much.
Yeah.
But a war is like a word, is like a term, is like is like my partner, like a war.
Yeah.
So it's like Curaçao's always been in things. The South has always been in things and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'll give you the last word on top, but I love it because I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry.
No, I thought it was like a nice projection that you were giving. So I'm gonna ask a question, we're gonna start a whole different discussion again. But okay, you're into marketing. You are also on this social media and you're in those platforms and things. What is new? I'm old. I don't know. I'm on Facebook, so don't come with other
You're
shit.
not old. How old are you?
Old.
Oh, yeah.
No, 37.
41.
39.
But what is the in thing, the next upcoming platform, and what is the popular thing in Curaçao?
It depends, I think, on the generation groups. So you still have a big generation out there that's on Snapchat.
Oh yeah.
Tried it. I couldn't keep up. I tried it. I'm like,
What the fuck? What
You-
the fuck
you
is
have
this?
it?
What the fuck? No, I do not. I
okay.
do not. I can't.
it's like, okay, damn, like a war. Like, wow. Like, okay, no, okay, it's too much.
Yeah.
I went off of it. Listen, I come back from ICQ. Like, I go
Oh,
back
yeah.
way back. Like, like that. We're from that MSN,
Yes.
Hives,
Yeah.
Skype,
Yeah,
Party
Napster.
Peeps 2000.
Hey, Napster,
Party
you.
Peeps 2000, like that.
Joe, you got
So-
laid. You got laid.
we have decades, 3 decades that we can really talk about how this revolution, like the evolution of these platforms were born.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I think that's very unique. TikTok I love TikTok. I love TikTok.
I'm gonna make a TikTok account.
Every night I'm still scrolling. I love it. I love TikTok. It grows organically, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Search Curaçao, see how many times it has been used, that hashtag. It's ridiculous.
Really?
And
Yeah.
piggybacking off of that,
Yeah.
in commercials, in this for Curaçao, let me say Curaçao, for companies that are trying to market stuff in Curaçao, is TikTok a good platform to be on and to send your shit into the world?
Yeah. Why? Because it's organically. It's not paid.
Ah,
So
yeah.
you'll be the algorithm. Nobody gets it. We're talking about it. I don't get it. I don't ask me. I don't get it. It just works
Nobody
or it
does.
doesn't work,
Nobody
and
does.
that you'll be picked up. Instagram, love it. I love the platform. It's very user friendly. I love how it works. I love how I can connect. Now they come up with threads. I'm like, okay, how does this work? So you're going into that one. I'm not into Twitter. I still have X. Sorry, the X sign.
Fuck Elon Musk. I'm sorry. Yeah, but anyway.
You just need to say it.
Yeah. No, dude, no. Because why the fuck would you rebrand at that point? Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing? Anyway.
That's because you can.
Exactly that. And you can buy the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your toy.
Yeah.
Is your fucking toy.
Facebook, I still love Facebook. I mean, if it's not on Facebook on Curaçao, it's not true. It's not there.
Exactly.
Like, maar waar kan je op Facebook?
Okay.
But it was a certain time, man, that news would come out from the government, and I would just go to Facebook to make sure that it's real. You know, there were certain people.
Don't
that
you work for the government?
No comments. Certain people that you would follow, and if they did not post it, no comment. Then you were not sure.
No, but to give you an example, I advise for clients what to do. But now that I'm, doing the box project with the group, I'm also thinking, okay, which platforms are we going on? So we have Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And that covers the demographic of the.
It covers it, mind you. It is a full-time job to have those platforms in. So I'm not working
social
harder.
media manager.
I'm working smarter in this part, and I know how to. So that works, and that already takes a big chunk in. But that's there. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Liz,
Okay, let's round off.
Get a good time.
Ze gaat niet op camera zeggen nee.
Did I have a
Ja,
good time?
tuurlijk gaat ze. Moet ze zeggen. Yo, drink it, drink and say some shit.
No, I had a good time. Thank you. I had to cancel the previous meeting that we had because
No, but
I'm sick.
But you're busy. You're a busy person.
Yeah, it wasn't
That's what
actually
it is.
busy. I was just like this griep going around. I had it, so
Which
I said
was
no. I
also
wasn't
part of
so
the thing to
sexy
let you
with the voice. No, so I said no.
The deep voice is actually
No,
sexy,
it wasn't.
man.
No, it
The
wasn't,
deep
man.
voice is actually
It's not
sexy.
good for my brand. I'm done.
All right,
Dude.
that we respect.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but
thank you very much. I really enjoyed it, and I think these platforms and zo'n initiatief is goed om te doen. It was built off in COVID time.
Yes.
You just explained, and you maintain it. That's good, and you keep doing it. And you are also testing out what works, what doesn't work, which question works, with which one doesn't. And this is also being like in the entrepreneurship, doing it and just pushing it out. So yeah, and what you're doing, keep doing it. It's very, very nice to be part of that. So
Salud.
Cheers. I do have drink left.
To your future endeavors.
thank you.
Yeah,
Same
man.
to you guys.
And we'll swing by Maduro Plaza.
Gezellig. Kom lekker langs.
RPM.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, my name is Marlo Brown.
Denise Fiber.
We were
Will always
continue-
be
There you
the
go.
Drunken Monks. We had Liz van der Laar in their house. Annabay
cool.
Rum. And I guess we'll see you next week.